Hey guys, it's AJ here, and welcome to the Summer Bash, episode 2. Listen, I know we've only done one episode of the Summer Bash, and it's supposed to be every Friday, but David and I have been really busy. I had camp, and so did he, and we really didn't get any time to do it. But luckily, the show is being extended for another 2 weeks, which means instead of ending on August 15th, it'll end on August 29th. And we're going to have an episode today and tomorrow, and I believe that David will be here tomorrow, but unfortunately, he's not here today. So, this to give you, like, a little, rundown of what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be reviewing Lucy, and I'll show you the new video games and movies I got, and if we have time after that, we might talk about some movie news or video game news. But, yeah, so today I got a few things in the mail. First of all, I got Point Break on Blu-ray. This is an awesome movie. All you guys need to see it if you haven't. It's a classic. But yeah, it's awesome. Action-packed adventure. I also got Fight Club. I just saw this yesterday, and like halfway through the movie, I'm like, okay, I love this movie. I need to see it. And yeah, so I ordered this while I was watching the movie. But this is a really good film, and every movie buff needs to see it. And as for video games, I got The Last of Us for the PS3. I know it's already been a year since it came out, but I never got the time to get it since it was so expensive. But luckily, I found it on Amazon for $30. And it looks like a pretty awesome game. And the last thing I got today was 007 Legends. This looks like a really cool game, and I'm all into James Bond games now because I've been playing GoldenEye lately, and I recently just beat Quantum of Solace, which was an awesome game. But this looks really cool because I really like the story. It's like James Bond is like knocked out, so like he thinks he thinks about his old missions, like from Moonraker, Die Another Day, License to Kill, Goldfinger. Here's the back, it tells you everything. But it seems like a really cool game. I guess we could do a walkthrough soon. But as for the review of Lucy, I don't even know where to start for this movie. I saw it on Friday with David. Both of us thought it was awful. The worst movie of the whole year. Because it was. Like, my mom, like, loved it for some reason. I have no idea why. It was so bad. Because, like, it was such a weird vibe. But here, like, the movie started out like it was going to be cool. And it started out in a way that I didn't expect it to. And it was, I'm not going to spoil anything, but Lucy gets into this deal in a weirder way than I thought she would, which surprised me, but it was just so weird. Like, in case you don't know the story, she was, someone put drugs in her stomach so that they could smuggle it to the U.S. to sell, because they can't really get it on a plane or else they'd be arrested. But anyway, she just had to find out what it was, and she asked the doctor to take it out. He could only take out a certain amount, and then she found out she only had 24 hours left to live, and like every few hours she would go up 10%, and she knew that once she hit 100%, she would die. But I think Scarlett Johansson did an okay job playing her. I thought they could have chosen someone better, but I thought she was pretty okay. And Morgan Freeman, I think it's just like his same old role when he's like the doctor or like the smart, intelligent, wise guy. Um, but yeah, it was just a really weird movie, and I was expecting a lot more from it, especially because it's Luc Besson. He's the director of The Professional, Taken, and The Family. But yeah, he's directed some big time movies. I just was expecting more from this, and I thought it was a really cool story. I just wish that it wasn't about a girl. I thought it would have played out more as a boy, and I wish uh, it was more action packed. But there was just so much weird stuff to it. Nothing made sense. Like, not that I was confused, but it was just like it's just so weird. Like, um, and especially the ending. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's an ending that's just not. It's not anything you would expect, and it's not anything cool. But yeah, I didn't like it. Probably gonna give it a 3 out of 10 stars. That's probably the lowest rated movie yet, or anything yet on YouTube. Well, for my channel, but I guess we do have time for a little bit of movie talk or something. But instead of talking about what's been going on at Comic Con, I guess we could say some. We could show. We could talk about some upcoming movies. Uh, because there have been a lot of um new like sequels and remakes and reboots coming that were announced. Like, for example, the Uncharted movie is now officially coming out on June 10th, 2016. And I'm really excited because there have been a lot of announcements for new movies. Like, let's see. So next year, it's a big year for sequels and remakes. So there will be a Resident Evil 6. It's still to be announced, and I believe it is still in yeah, it's still in development. Snow White and the Huntsman 2 will be coming out. I'm really disappointed because I really hated the first one. I'm not willing to see a sequel. It was just terrible. They are making a Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2, which seems pretty good. I'm gonna have to see the first one first because I've never seen it. But I will get to that. Then there's Taken 3, which is in pre-production. I'm not too excited for that because I was really disappointed after the second one. After I saw the second one, because it was just awful. The first one I really liked though. I'm not excited for a third one though. In February of next year, there's 50 Shades of Grey, which looks just awful. I'm not even gonna see that. Then there's SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water, which I'm really excited for. I didn't think they'd do a sequel to SpongeBob, but it's in production now, which means they're definitely going to make it. It comes out February 13th, but it's going to have a lot of competition with 50 Shades of Grey because that's the same day that 50 Shades of Grey comes out. Then there's Hitman Agent 47. This is with Zachary Quinto, so I'm really excited and I have high hopes that it will be a good movie, but I'm still recovering from the trauma from the Hitman movie from 2007. It was so bad. I'm just so scared that it's not gonna be good. I'm just hoping that somehow they nail this one. Also we have a Cinderella movie. Same old, same old. They keep making all those. Then there's Insurgent, the sequel to Divergent. I'm going to see this movie just because it's a train wreck, because I hated Divergent. It was so bad. I hated all the well, the only person I even liked for acting in the first Divergent was Miles Teller. He was the only person who nailed his role. I just hated Divergent so much. As of now, Divergent and Lucy are my two least favorite movies. but I'm still gonna see it, hoping that's gonna be good. We have Fast and Furious 7, which I'm so excited for. I'm just waiting. I'm really waiting to see how they're gonna make the movie without Paul Walker in the film. Uh, but it's gonna be cool to see how they did that. I heard they're gonna do like CGI and they're gonna use Paul Walker's cousin. But it looks really good. Then there's Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, which looks terrible because the first one was terrible. I just hate that they're actually making a second one. I'm really excited for the Avengers: Age of Ultron. I really like the first one. I'm really excited for the new superheroes in this film, like uh, what's his name, Quicksilver, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. If you didn't know that he was going to be in the film, you should watch some Comic-Con videos, and you should also look at the new posters. And if you haven't seen Captain America: Winter Soldier yet, there's a scene at the after the credits that shows Quicksilver. And I'm also looking forward to see Vision in the movie, a new superhero. And then there's Mad Max Fury Road. I saw the first Mad Max. I really didn't like it. I thought it was really boring. But for some reason, this movie looks really appealing to me, especially when it has good actors like Tom Hardy, Nicholas Hoult, Charlize Theron. Um, it looks like just an awesome movie, and I'm really hoping they're gonna nail it. Then there's Pixels, which is about these video game experts who go into this video game to save the video game world. It's with Adam Sandler, Josh Gad, Kevin James, and Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones. It's from the director of Percy Jackson. The Percy Jackson movies were terrible, but Pixels sounds like a great idea for a movie, but I don't think Adam Sandler is good for that role. I mean, I know everyone hates Adam Sandler. I don't. But the movies he's been in lately are just awful. Like Grown Ups 2. But I don't think he's good for this role. And I think Josh Gad and Peter Dinklage are good for this movie. It's a new role that we haven't seen from them yet. And Kevin James, I do not want in this movie. He's not good in those kind of roles. I think he's actually going to ruin the movie, just like he ruined Paul Blart Mall Cop. But also we have Pitch Perfect 2, which is in production right now. The first one was so funny. I can't wait for a second one. It comes out May 15th, 2015. And what I think is really funny is Elizabeth Banks is directing this. This is her real directorial debut because the only movie she's directed so far, I believe, like, if I get this wrong, don't blame me because I haven't really done any research on Elizabeth Banks, but the only thing that I know she's directed so far is a sketch from Movie 43. So this is going to be a little bit interesting to see her first, her directorial debut. But yeah, also San Andreas 3D with The Rock looks really cool. It's about this this earthquake that hits California, and like this rescue helicopter pilot makes like this trip to find his endangered daughter across California. It looks really cool. I'm really excited for it. Also, Jurassic World. I have Jurassic Park rented right now because I still haven't seen it. I'm going to watch it within the next few days. But even though I haven't seen the movie yet, I'm really excited for this, especially because my favorite actor, Chris Pratt, is in it, and he's playing the lead character. It looks like a really awesome movie and a really awesome story. I'm just so excited for Jurassic World. Then we have the Fantastic Four. This list looks awesome. I mean, I've never really been a big Fantastic Four fan, but because of the cast in this one, it just looks awesome. Miles Teller, we have Miles Teller as Reed Richards, or otherwise known as Mr. Fantastic. We have Michael B. Jordan from Fruitvale Station playing the Human Torch, and I love the Human Torch. He's one of my favorite superheroes. I think because of Michael B. Jordan's comedic side, he would be good as Human Torch because if you remember in the previous Fantastic Four movies, Chris Evans played Human Torch, and he was a very good actor to play him. I think the only reason why they didn't use Chris Evans in this film is because he now plays another superhero in the Marvel Universe, Captain America. But I think Michael B. Jordan is a good person for this role. But the only thing I don't like about this is Jamie Bell is playing the Thing. I mean, I really like Jamie Bell. No offense to him. I think that usually the Thing is pretty fat and big, but Jamie Bell kind of strikes me as someone who's just short and skinny. I mean, no offense to him. I love him as an actor, but I don't think he's the right person to play the Thing. But we'll see when it comes out. It comes out June 19th. And then there's Ted 2. I'm really excited for this, but my only disappointment is that I'm scared it's not going to come out when they say it will. It's supposed to come out June 26, 2015, but the movie is still in development. They're still scripting, budgeting, and casting. Well, I am happy because they do have a poster for it. It's a picture of Ted and it says Ted is coming, if you haven't seen that online yet. But they still don't even have a full cast. So far they only have Seth MacFarlane, Mark Wahlberg, and Amanda Seyfried. And Mila Kunis is rumored, so that means they really still don't have a full cast. So I'm scared that this movie isn't going to be a go. I'm pretty sure that even if it doesn't come out when it's supposed to, that they will still make a sequel because of how well Ted did in theaters. I'm just hoping that it comes out when it's supposed to. Then there's Terminator Genisys. I haven't seen a Terminator movie, but I have a list of movies that I do need to see, and I will get to it because it seems like an awesome movie. And I'm really psyched for it. I'm just surprised. If this is supposed to be a Terminator reboot, then why is Arnold Schwarzenegger in it? But I'm really excited for the cast because I really like Jason Clarke and Jai Courtney. I think they're good additions. So we'll see how it goes, but it seems pretty cool. There's Magic Mike XXL. It was an awful movie. I'm not excited to see a sequel because it was just terrible. There was no plot to it. I'm hoping that this movie isn't a go because it's still in development. It's supposed to come out on July 3rd. I'm just hoping that something misses it up because I just don't want to see this movie. I don't want to see it in theaters. I don't want to see it anywhere. I don't want to see this movie. I'm not excited for it. Then there's Ant-Man that we've been waiting 2 long years for. After all the fake trailers and the rumors, I'm really excited for it. But there are a few things I don't like. The one thing I really don't like is that Paul Rudd is playing Ant-Man, because Paul Rudd we've never really seen as an action character before, like as a superhero. It's gonna be, I think, I'm just hoping that he nails it. Like, I can see him playing a superhero, but it's a little bit topsy-turvy for him. I've always thought that he's really only, like, a comedic actor. I've never seen him to end up playing, like, the role of, Ant-Man. I mean, and the other thing I don't like is that they're for some reason they're bringing all of the D-list superheroes into Marvel movies when everyone's been waiting for them to finally make all these superhero movies that everyone's been waiting for. I mean, I still do really like Ant-Man, but they've been making us wait too long for this. Like last summer, I searched in Ant-Man trailer, like no, I didn't search that in, but I searched in like this trailer, and then it said Ant-Man trailer, and I watched it, and it really did look real because I believe it was Adam Brody or Adrian Brody. He played Ant-Man, and then Simon Pegg was like his friend. I don't know where that trailer came from, but it looked real to me, and I'm like, why haven't I heard of this yet? And I look up, and it says not coming out until 2015, which is a disappointment. They're making us wait so long. It's not even in production yet, and it comes out July 17th. And then the other thing I don't like is that Michael Douglas is the villain. Michael Douglas doesn't play a superhero villain or whatever. I don't necessarily think it's good casting. I don't like that they're pulling out all these stops to D-list superheroes when everyone's been waiting for Deadpool, and they've been waiting for uh, other sequels to other superhero movies. Like we're gonna have to wait a while for Amazing Spider-Man 3 because that movie was supposed to start filming within like I think next year. But I think something happened where it was like benched or something. They're not going to be making Amazing Spider-Man 3 film for a long time. So now we're going to just have to wait longer and longer for these movies. I'm just really upset for that. But also, next August, they're making an Assassin's Creed movie. I am a really big fan of Assassin's Creed, and I'm really waiting to see how it goes. And I'm really excited that it definitely goes since it's in pre-production. I really like who they chose to play Desmond. Michael Fassbender, I'm a really big fan of him, and I think he's really gonna nail this one. And I'm really excited. It comes out on August 7th next year, and also they're making Goosebumps. I think Jack Black is a really good person to play R.L. Stine. And I like how they're kind of, instead of just working around the idea of Goosebumps and like just having like spooky stories like the TV show, they're working inside it and having it that R.L. Stine is actually in the movie, and whatever he writes comes true, and then the kid stops by his house and lets all the characters out of the basement where he keeps them. Now there's this big mess, and it looks like just an awesome movie. I can't wait for it. That also comes out August 7th of next year. Then we have, they're making a Point Break remake, which looks like it's gonna be awesome, but it doesn't seem like they're throwing in people that are known. Like there's not the person playing Johnny Utah in this one is named Luke Bracey. I have no idea who that is. The only person so far in the cast who I know who it is Ray Winstone. But I'm really excited to see how this one goes because Point Break is now one of my favorite movies after I saw it like a week ago. And then there's plans to make a James Bond movie next year. It's in development right now, but I'm happy that they already have a director, Sam Mendes, who I believe has been the director of the last 3 films, and Daniel Craig is still playing James Bond because as of now he's my favorite James Bond character. But I'm surprised. I'm excited to see what the new story is, and yeah, they're also making a new Friday the 13th movie, which is probably going to be awful. I've only seen one Friday the 13th movie, which was Jason Takes Manhattan, and that was awful. But what I've been waiting for is if they make, like, a Freddy vs. Jason 2. And I heard that they're coming up with plans to make a Freddy vs. Jason versus Michael Myers, which would be like chaos. I'm also excited to see Peanuts, the new Charlie Brown movie. What I don't like is that since at the end of last year the trailer came out, but what I don't like is that they're making people wait since like November of 2013 until November of 2015. That's 2 whole years, which I just hate. Then we also have Star Wars Episode 7. I've never been a real big fan of Star Wars, but I'm going to watch the films before the 7th one comes out, and I'm excited for it because it's a cool story. I've always kind of had this thing for Star Wars. Like, I don't like the movies, but I would watch. I always told myself that if a new one came out, I would watch it when it came out. But I believe I will watch the ones that are known as the best before I see the 7th. Then there's also Kung Fu Panda 3 and Mission Impossible 5, which I'm really excited for. But next time we'll talk about 2016 movies. And yeah, I guess that's it for today. Well, this is a long episode, 25 minutes. Okay, but a few announcements. Media Weekly returns Monday, August 4th. On Monday, August 4th. Batman Show is back Tuesday, August 5th. Sorry, haven't had those in a long time. Remember, catch an episode of Summer Bash again tomorrow, and then every Friday until August 29th. And we are also coming back with James. Wait, what was? Oh yeah, I forget what our game show was called. Is it called GameSpot or GameStop? No, let's just call it Video Game News for now. That will be returning August 22nd, and Movie Talk will be returning August. No, August 8th. No, wait. Scratch that. I believe September 5th, actually. But, yeah, so, Movie Talk, no, not September 5th, I'm sorry. I always get the dates wrong for some reason. It is it's August 14th. I remember we were disputing over the dates. I was with Batman, and David and I were all disputing over the dates of the returns of shows. But, yeah, so, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, and subscribe for more.